Welcome to Fun Facts Daily, your source for just the good stuff. Monday through Friday, we're bringing fun facts and news you can use, all carefully curated to uplift and inform. So give yourself a break, relax, and learn something awesome in just a few minutes every day. Hi everyone, I'm Kyle Wood, and today we're going to be learning all about butterflies. But before we get into the facts, let's warm up our brains with a little challenge to see if you can tell fact from fiction. Consider this. If you ever caught a butterfly, you might have noticed a fine, dusty powder left behind on your fingers. Many people believe that if you touch a butterfly's wings and rub this dust off, the butterfly will be permanently grounded and unable to fly ever again. What do you think? Does losing these tiny scales really stop our winged friends from ever flying again? We'll find out at the end of the episode. Now for your word of the day. Our word for today is lepidopterology. That's Lepidopterology. Lepidopterology is an impressive sounding term referring to a branch of entomology that specifically focuses on the scientific study of moths and the 3 superfamilies of butterflies. Like a lot of scientific terms, it's a combination of some ancient Greek roots. It combines lepis, meaning scale, and pteron, meaning wing. When you add the familiar suffix logia, which means study of, you get a word that literally describes the study of creatures with scaly wings. It's a fitting name because the iridescent colors and intricate patterns we admire on butterflies are actually created by thousands of tiny overlapping scales. A lepidopterist doesn't just look at how pretty a butterfly is, they study their complex lifestyles, their role in pollination, and their incredible migration patterns. Understanding these insects is vital to our planet because butterflies are an indicator species, meaning their health tells us a lot about the health of the entire environment. Time for your daily high five, our top 5 fun facts about butterflies. Number 1. Butterflies actually taste their food using sensors located in their feet. When a butterfly lands on a plant, it isn't just taking a rest, it's actually tasting the leaf to see if it's the right place to lay its eggs. They have special chemical receptors called tarsal chemoreceptors that can detect specific chemicals of a plant's juices. This ensures that when their tiny caterpillars hatch, they will be standing directly on the exact type of food they need to survive. This specialized adaptation allows the butterfly to be incredibly selective. Since many caterpillars are specialists and can only eat 1 or 2 types of plants, the mother butterfly must be 100% sure of her choice. By simply walking on a leaf, she can identify the nutritional value and safety of the plant without having to take a single bite herself. Number 2. You might say butterflies are solar-powered insects. They can't fly if their body temperature drops too low. Because butterflies are ectothermic or cold-blooded, they can't regulate their own internal body temperature like a human can. To get their flight muscles moving, they typically need their body temperature to be at least 86 degrees Fahrenheit or about 30 degrees Celsius. That's why you can often see them resting on a leaf or a stone with their wings spread wide, acting like living solar panels trying to soak up the sun's warmth. If the weather turns cloudy or cold, a butterfly may find itself stuck in place until the sun returns. Some species have developed a clever trick where they shiver their wings rapidly to generate a small amount of heat through the friction and muscle movement. But basking in the sun remains their primary and most efficient way to recharge their batteries for a long day of foraging. Number 3. Monarch butterflies can migrate over 3,000 miles. Every year, millions of monarch butterflies in North America travel up to 3,000 miles or about 4,800 kilometers to reach their wintering grounds in the forests of Mexico. What makes this even more amazing is that the individual butterflies starting the journey are often the great-grandchildren of the ones who left Mexico the previous spring. This means they're navigating to a specific forest they've never actually seen before. Scientists believe these butterflies use a combination of the sun's position and a magnetic compass in their brains to stay on course. There is even a special super generation of monarchs that lives up to 8 times longer than normal butterflies just so that they can complete this long trek south. Number 4. Many butterflies practice a behavior called puddling to gather essential nutrients that's not found in the flower nectar. While we often think of butterflies only sipping sweet nectar, they also need minerals and salts to stay healthy and reproduce. You might see a group of butterflies crowded around a damp patch of mud or a shallow puddle on a dirt road. During this puddling behavior, they use their straw-like tongues to suck up water filled with dissolved minerals like sodium from the soil. Interestingly, this behavior is most common among male butterflies, who then pass these nutrients along to females during mating. The salts are vital for the development of healthy eggs and give the next generation a better chance of survival. So while we associate beautiful, delicate butterflies with beautiful and delicate flowers, sometimes they gotta get to work in the mud too to meet all their nutritional needs. And our 5th and final fun fact for today, a butterfly's skeleton is actually on the outside of its body, and it breathes through its sides. Butterflies don't have bones or lungs like we do. Instead, they have a hard outer shell called an exoskeleton made of a material called chitin. This exoskeleton protects their soft internal organs and provides the structure for their muscles to attach to. Because this sort of suit of armor doesn't grow, caterpillars have to molt or shed their skin several times before they're ready to transform into butterflies. And that's not their only bodily oddity. Instead of breathing through a mouth or nose, butterflies have tiny openings along the sides of their abdomen and thorax called spiracles. These holes lead to a network of tubes that deliver oxygen directly to the insect's tissue. This highly efficient system allows them to get oxygen they need for high-energy flight without the need for a complex heart and lung system like mammals. Now for some news you can use. If you want to see more beautiful butterflies right in your own backyard, try planting a variety of plants for them to feed on, sort of a butterfly cafe. Most people plant flowers with nectar, but to really support them, you should provide host plants for caterpillars such as milkweed, parsley, or dill. Additionally, placing a few flat, dark-colored stones on a sunny spot gives them a perfect place to bask and warm up their wings for flight. Providing a shallow puddling station, a simple dish filled with damp sand and a pinch of sea salt, can also attract varieties that you might not see near the flowers. By avoiding pesticides and providing these simple resources, you turn your yard into a vital pit stop for migrating butterflies. It's a great way to help local biodiversity while also giving you the opportunity to get a close-up view of some of nature's most beautiful insects. Finally, the moment you've been waiting for. At the beginning of the episode, I asked, do you think it's true that touching a butterfly's wings will stop it from being able to fly? This one's a fallacy. While you should always be gentle with butterflies, rubbing off some of their scales will not automatically prevent them from flying. They naturally lose these scales throughout their lives during normal activities like flying through bushes or escaping predators. The dust you see is actually modified hairs that help with insulation and flight efficiency, but a butterfly can still fly even if some of them are missing. Still, there is a real danger in touching them, but it isn't the loss of scales. It's the risk of accidentally tearing the delicate membrane of the wing itself or rubbing off the oils they need for protection. So, while they can fly after a gentle touch, it's still always best to observe with your eyes rather than your hands. Now, I hope you enjoyed learning a bit about butterflies with me today, and be sure to tune in every weekday for even more fun facts. Fun Facts Daily is an Airwave Media podcast. It was written, recorded, mixed, and edited by me, Kyle Wood. Thanks for sharing a part of your day with me. Be sure to follow Fun Facts Daily on your favorite podcast app so you can keep the good stuff coming your way every day. And if you like the show, please do me a favor and leave a kind rating, review, or just tell your friends about it.